Imagine this. You wake up, brush your teeth, get dressed, check your phone, grab coffee, and head out the door. Everything feels normal, like you're in control. But what if you're not? What if? Behind every normal day, there's a part of you pulling strings from the shadows, making decisions, reacting to people, sabotaging your growth, and you don't even realize it. Freud called it the unconscious mind. And it's not just a theory. It's the hidden engine driving your life, your fears, your patterns, your self-doubt, even your relationships. And here's the wake-up call. You're not living fully awake. You're living on autopilot, governed by memories you've buried, beliefs you never questioned, and pain you never processed. Mental health isn't just about managing stress or avoiding burnout. It's about finally asking, what part of me have I been ignoring? Because you can't heal what you refuse to see. You can't grow if you don't understand what's holding you back. And you'll never feel whole if you're only living from the surface. This video isn't about quick fixes. It's about going deeper, into the part of you that's been quietly calling out, asking to be seen, asking to be heard, asking to come home. If you're ready to discover the part of yourself you've never met, stay with me, because the mind you think you control may not be the one that's in charge. 1. The iceberg metaphor. Most of who you are is hidden beneath the surface. In psychology, there's one metaphor that explains human behavior more clearly than any other. The iceberg, what you see, your thoughts, actions, habits, personality, is just the tip. What you don't see, your fears, traumas, repressed desires, beliefs from childhood, that's the massive body of ice beneath the surface. And here's the wake-up call. Most of who you are is unconscious. According to Freud, your unconscious mind contains every experience you've ever buried, avoided, or forgotten, and yet it still influences how you live, love, react, and even how you see yourself. So if you've ever wondered, why do I keep repeating the same toxic patterns? Why do I sabotage good things? Why do I feel anxious for no reason? The answer might not be in your conscious mind, but in the hidden parts of you that have never been given a voice. True mental health isn't just about coping. It's about developing self-awareness deep enough to uncover what's been running your life from the shadows, and that's where self-discovery begins. Not by adding more to yourself, but by peeling back the layers of what's been buried. You are not just the surface, you are the depth beneath. And once you start exploring what's hidden, you stop surviving and start becoming whole. 2. Repression. What you push down still controls you. In psychology, repression is one of the most powerful and dangerous defense mechanisms of the human mind. It's what happens when a memory, emotion, or desire feels too painful, too unacceptable, or too overwhelming to deal with. So your mind pushes it down, buries it in your unconscious, locks it away, hoping you'll forget it ever existed. But here's the wake-up call. Just because something is hidden doesn't mean it's gone. What you repress still influences your life. It leaks out in your relationships, your reactions, your anxiety, your emotional triggers. And most of the time, you don't even realize it's happening. You might think you're angry at your partner, but you're really reacting to an old wound your father left behind. You might think you're afraid of failure, but it's the voice of a teacher who once told you you'd never be good enough. You might think you're just not an emotional person, but it's because you were never allowed to feel growing up. Repression is subtle, it's quiet, but it builds pressure. And eventually, that pressure finds a way out, through panic attacks, self-sabotage, burnout, or a deep sense of emptiness you can't explain. Mental health isn't just about staying positive. It's about getting honest. It's about having the self-awareness to ask, what am I still running from? What emotions have I been taught to silence? Self-discovery doesn't begin with adding something new. It begins with uncovering what you've been hiding, because the part of you you've been trying to avoid might just be the key to everything you've been searching for. 3. Freudian slip. Your unconscious always leaks out. I didn't mean to say that. But what if you did? In the world of psychology, there's no such thing as just a mistake, at least not according to Sigmund Freud. He believed that even the tiniest slip to wrong name, a strange word choice, a joke that lands too close to home, is often your unconscious mind speaking out loud. It's what he called a Freudian slip, a moment where your carefully managed persona cracks and something deeper leaks through. Most of us think we're in control of what we say. We believe we filter our thoughts, craft our words, and present ourselves appropriately. But the truth, there's a part of you that doesn't care about appearances. It cares about truth, and when the truth has been ignored, repressed, or denied, it finds its way out, through your words, your actions, your tone, your dreams, your sarcasm, even your forgetfulness. This is where self-awareness begins, not by being perfect, but by being curious about what slips through the cracks. A Freudian slip isn't just a funny moment, it's a wake-up call. It's your inner world tapping you on the shoulder saying, "Hey, I'm still here." Your pain, your unmet needs, your desires, your resentment, for those on a journey of self-discovery and mental health. This is where the real work begins, not by fearing what's hidden, but by learning to listen to it. Because the truth is, your unconscious is always speaking. The question is, are you willing to hear it? The next time you accidentally say something that surprises even you, don't brush it off, lean in. It might be the most honest thing you've said all day. 4. Dreams, the royal road to the unconscious. Dreams are the royal road to the unconscious. Sigmund Freud. We tend to dismiss dreams as random, meaningless, or bizarre. But what if your dreams are speaking, and you've just stopped listening? According to Freud, one of the founding voices in modern psychology, dreams are not noise. They are signals, symbols, messages from a part of you that doesn't speak in words, but in metaphors. He called them the royal road to the unconscious, because in dreams, your conscious mind finally steps aside, and your deeper self begins to speak. You may dream of falling, being chased, speaking to someone who's no longer alive. At first, it feels strange, disconnected. But in reality, it's the most honest part of your inner world revealing itself. Why? Because your unconscious can't lie. It holds the emotions you've repressed, the memories you've buried, the desires you're afraid to admit. And when you sleep, it finally has permission to emerge, not to scare you, but to wake you up. This is the wake-up call that most of us ignore. We scroll, we distract, we medicate. But the truth is, your dreams are mirrors, reflecting everything you haven't faced by day. In a culture that avoids discomfort, dream work becomes a rebellious act of self-awareness. It's the doorway to self-discovery, healing, and integration. So the next time you wake up from a vivid or uncomfortable dream, don't just brush it off. Ask yourself, what part of me is trying to be heard? What is my unconscious trying to tell me? Because this isn't about superstition. This is about mental health at its core, the courage to face the parts of you that only speak when the world goes quiet. And if you're willing to listen, your dreams might lead you straight back to the truth you've been seeking all along. 5. You are driven by forces you don't see. We love to believe we're in control, that our decisions are rational, our behavior is conscious, and our identity is self-made. But Sigmund Freud, the father of modern psychology, challenged that illusion. He believed that most of what drives us lies beneath our awareness. The unconscious mind, according to Freud, is not just a passive storage unit of forgotten memories. It's a powerful force, a hidden operating system filled with repressed desires, childhood wounds, unprocessed trauma, and instincts we've been conditioned to silence. And here's the wake-up call. These unseen forces are shaping your life every single day. Your anger that flares up out of nowhere. your fear of abandonment, even in safe relationships, your need to please, your resistance to change, your self-sabotaging habits. They're not random. They're not personality quirks. They're symptoms, messages from the unconscious, asking to be understood. This is where true self-awareness begins. Mental health isn't just about coping with the surface. It's about having the courage to look underneath it, to explore the emotional basement most people are too afraid to enter. Freud believed that until we face what's hidden, we remain puppets of the past, repeating cycles we don't understand. But here's the empowering part. The moment you start uncovering those inner forces, you begin to reclaim your power. You shift from being reactive to aware, from being trapped in patterns to choosing your own path. This is the heart of self-discovery, not to become someone new, but to uncover what's already there. Because the truth is, you're not fully free until you understand what's been driving you all along. And the journey inward, that's where the real freedom begins. So maybe you've spent your whole life trying to fix what you thought was broken. The anxiety, the overthinking, the patterns that keep repeating. But here's the truth, you're not broken. You're just unaware of what's been driving you. Your unconscious mind isn't your enemy. It's your history, your pain, your survival strategies, your forgotten truths, still alive beneath the surface. It doesn't want to destroy you. It just wants to be seen. And once you bring that unconscious material into the light, everything changes. You stop reacting. You start responding. You stop asking, "What's wrong with me?" and start asking, "What's this trying to show me?" This is the beginning of real mental health, not just symptom management, but deep self-awareness and self-discovery. It's how healing begins, not by becoming someone new, but by reconnecting with the parts of you that have always been there, waiting. So if something in this message resonated with you, take a moment, breathe, and ask yourself, what might be living inside me that I've never dared to look at? Because the deeper you go inward, the freer you become, and the most powerful transformation. It doesn't start on the outside. It starts in the dark, where your light is still waiting to be found. Thanks for looking.